Come here.
Only 10? I know. I've been adjusting all day. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, peeps?
What it
Hey,
do,
Cuzzo.
peace? What's
What?
going down in y'all side of town?
What's going down, Joy?
The government shut down.
Oh, as as if we didn't think that that was coming. And I refuse to talk about that foolishness today. That's just okay.
Joy said, I don't even know him, but why is he like this?
Pull your mic.
That's the better question. Why is our government
Cause they stupid and they following a moron who absolutely stupid. But I said I wasn't gonna talk about this. Thank you, Pat.
problems, and I don't want them people trying to hold
I
my
know.
passport, so I'm gonna just keep it.
I'm gonna shut up.
Just keep it cute.
We're
But
gonna that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We really are.
we gonna keep it cute.
I need my passport.
We're gonna be pretty.
Yeah, I need my passport.
Yes, because that's essential. Okay. As y'all can see, we have a guest tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce her. She one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. And I'm just so proud of her and her journey and her business and her insight and everything that she has done for herself. So I'm going to introduce to you all Joy Bass.
We need like a clap crack.
Joy Bass. She is the owner operator of Joy Bodywork and Wellness.
That is correct.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you very much.
You
I
girl.
appreciate.
There we go. There we go on cue. There we go on cue.
I'll say thank you very much for that introduction. You're one of my favorite just people too. So,
And not because we family.
not because we're family. You're a genuinely sweet chick, and I like you.
So are you.
So, my name is Joy. I am a massage therapist. I have been a massage therapist in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I feel like a really long time. I won't add numbers to it because I'm not about to age myself. I'll just say I've been doing this thing for about 10 years, over 10 years, and I love what I do. As a massage therapist, I have the privilege. I'm fortunate to be able to work with a lot of different people in a lot of different arenas, a lot of different modalities that I'm able to incorporate over the years. So I'm just happy to be able to do what I do.
So you guys know what's up, fam? What's up, cousin Aisha from the OC? Well, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, it's okay, right? Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay. And then T is on here.
Who's that?
Cousin Terrence.
Hi there, cousin.
Hey T.
I promise I'll call you back. I haven't forgotten. It's in my mind. I just haven't done it yet.
So you guys, this is October. And
Yeah.
Pat and I wanted to do something different for October. We wanted to focus on wellness because, again, this is the last quarter. We are in the last quarter of the year. And typically, when people are in the last quarter of the year, they are trying to get finances straight. They're trying to get their minds right. They're trying to get their body and their physical right.
Yeah.
So we thought we would kick off October talking about body work and movement. And who better to tell us that than Joy? Now, she has been doing this for quite some time. She is the only person I would allow to touch my body as a massage therapist. And I have gone, stop it. I have gone to other massage therapists and they are not as gifted as this woman that is sitting next to me. And just a tip, pay your massage therapist what their rates are. Don't Jew them down. Don't try to bargain. Don't try. Their time is their time. Their expertise is their expertise.
Oh, I set my price and live my life.
Exactly.
That's it.
But I'm just saying, don't do that to your professionals because they have been trained in this area and they bring a wealth
Absolutely.
of knowledge and a
Absolutely.
wealth of know-how. Um, and she can attest to she has handled me for forever, even before she got her certifications.
I was just
Um,
bootlegging. I was bootlegging
um,
still. Gotta have
but
family for the bootlegging stage.
you do, but I'm just telling y'all, if you find a good one, keep them because she ain't going nowhere. So, Joy,
Yes, love.
what is body work?
So, um, body work is pretty much any modality that's dealing with bodies that's not necessarily massage, but it's also, so think about something like stretching. Stretching isn't a massage, but it's definitely body work because you're getting the muscles to extend, you're getting the muscles to contract, you're getting the muscles to relax. Not manual therapy per se, as a massage is, but it's another form of manipulation to the tissue and to the body.
Okay.
So
Mm.
that's the basic overview of like body work as opposed to hands-on massage.
Okay. So, it is a more robust practice
It's a
than just
more open practice, I would say, just because, like I said, it's not limited to just hands-on manipulation of the tissue. It is all everything outside of the massage spectrum.
so then what would be the difference between body work and movement? Because if you're doing body work, aren't you moving?
Yes and no. Um, when I think of movement, I think specifically about mobility and how your joints are moving. And are you able to do basic things like, I don't know, bend your knees? Are you able to walk across the floor without losing your balance? Being able to make sure that all of your joints and muscles are able to move through the full ranges of motion without you hurting yourself. Are you nimble? Do you fall easily? Like those sort of things. So when you're thinking about body work and movement, they go hand in hand. The body work is going to help the movement. The more you sit, the more you're sedentary, the more you're going to need body work, but also the more you lack mobility. And especially as you age, mobility is a huge thing. So, like sometimes when you see those older people and they're kind of shaped like their chair,
Mm-hmm.
they're shaped like their chair because they don't move their
Wow.
bodies, right?
Right.
And so when you
Wow.
don't move your body, that's what happens. You become shaped like your chair. So,
Ooh. I've
um,
never really thought about it like that though.
yeah, because they aren't stretching anything, and you see older people that look like they are starting to shrink. It's because when they were younger, they were up and more mobile, and they're having their bodies, or they're forcing in their bodies to move and to be active. And the older we get, we think that we're not supposed to do as much, or age is catching up with me. It's not necessarily the age, just because you're not moving.
Mm.
So there's that part.
Wow.
I, you, you gave me something to
Listen,
think
it
about.
is what it is. Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm not shooting the messenger, but you just made me put some stuff into perspective
Yeah, if you
because
don't, if you, it's the same with anything. The more you let it go without addressing it, the worse off it's going to be. It's the same as anything else.
so why is that so important for self-care?
I mean, I think it would suck if you can't move across the floor.
You're right. It
As
would.
far as when you think about movement and when you're thinking about body work, it's a self-care aspect because you want to be able to have a good quality of life as you age.
Hmm.
Quality of life matters. Like, you don't want to live to be 100 years old and you spend the last 40 years not necessarily at the best shape that you could be in because you've not not moving your body. Moving your body is very important as you age. It's important when you're younger. It's important if you're an active person. It's super important if you're sedentary or if you have a job that you're sitting down a lot. Because what happens is, as you sit, muscles in your body start to get shorter. And then when you get up, they just nag you because now they feel like they're just everything is just kind of out of place. Everything is too stiff. So movement and all of that is self-care because I mean it's taking care of yourself and thinking about optimal health because it's also focusing on the mental aspect too. So like I
Wow.
said, if you're not moving and you can't move around, usually people that don't move so much, they aren't in the best spirits. They don't feel too good. They complain about things that are troubling them physically. And it messes with your mind. If you can't get up and be as mobile as you used to be, like it's a downer. So um, that can cause depression and other things too. So moving your body is a form of caring for yourself and making sure that your mental is staying healthy as well as the physicality, but also the spiritual aspect of it. Sometimes when you're just getting up and moving, taking a walk. I like to take a lot of walks. I hike a lot on the weekends with friends, and just being outside. Like there's quiet time. So there's a whole other aspect to it too. So it literally is mind, body, and spirit when you're thinking about movement and self care.
Hmm.
Long way around, but that's the answer.
Hmm. Patrick?
Beneficial. I love the way she tied this together. Being that this is Wellness Month, something to definitely consider, which is the thing for me. I think that a lot of times we misappropriate placement in our life because we don't understand distinction. She just gave the distinction between that and a massage, which those of us who don't know would think that they're one and the same, but she just gave distinction. Here is the spiritual um, overtone from the beginning. In Genesis, what did God give? Distinction. And he called the light day, night, dark, like darkness, night, and then he separated them. Everything, there's good and bad. There's a distinction between, and I think that we live in an echo chamber now where we just get to call anything what we want to call it. And this is why we have the results that we have in our life as it relates to our wellness. And so the fact that she broke that down just to, like she said, long way around, but completely understood it. I'm telling you, just educated me in 2 minutes because I literally did not understand the distinction between the two until you made that. And now when you, because of course, from my job, I sit down a lot. But when you stand up and you can't move your shoulder this way, or you got to stretch stuff out this way from sitting down so long. And now we know why a lot of companies where their employees stand while they work, or they have the desk that is raised like 4 to 5 feet off the floor. Instead of them sitting down, they stand and do their work because now it all makes sense. So thank you, ma'am, for really explaining that because you really just made something very clear for me. And I understand now more than ever, I need to move more.
You absolutely should move more. And let me just say something. I'm not going to knock ergonomic desks at all because you do need the variation between the standing up and the sitting down. But also people that have standing jobs, it puts a lot of pressure on your lower
On
back,
your
on your lower
knees.
spine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so that movement, being able to move, getting your knees to move, getting blood to flow, like all of those things are important. Like you have to think about, we live this life that we weren't necessarily meant to be sedentary, sitting in one place or standing in one place. We're meant to move. That's why we are built the way that we're built. Our hips are built the way that they are because it's to help you, be mobile. So that being said, um, making sure that if you have a stand up job, that you're also stretching and moving just as much as if you have a sedentary lifestyle or a sedentary job.
Okay.
How
If
does this align with physical therapy? Is this one of the great? This is one of the, because this would now make physical therapy to me seems like this is what they're basically are focusing on.
Okay, so here's a disclaimer. These are my thoughts.
Okay, break it.
Because
Hey, break it out.
I've been in this business for a minute, so I think physical therapy is very good. I had a car accident a couple of years ago, and I went to PT, and a lot of the things that they had me doing during PT, very good exercises, very good range of motion, and then I also saw a chiropractor. One thing I will say is there should always be an order to things.
Mhm.
And because
Okay.
I've worked in the profession that I work in, I knew that something that they did just didn't make sense. Right. So they wanted me to go in and see the doctor and get an adjustment and then get on the heating table and then do the exercises. And I'm like, that makes literally no sense. So what you want to do is try to warm up the muscles first, then do whatever exercises you're going to do, and then try to go see the chiropractor or the doctor. This was a chiropractic setting, so I'll get back to the PT. Sorry, but I just wanted to say, just think about how that works. Somebody's adjusting something, and your muscles are cold, and so
Gotcha.
you aren't going to
Gotcha.
have as much mobility and as much movement in those joints that they would like. A lot of times, it's best to see a chiropractor, go to a PT, and they have also a massage therapist in the building because you want to get the muscles loosened before they start doing adjustments. PT, they're going to make you go through all the range of motions and the exercises. My only thing about PT is a lot of times it can be super limited. Like I said, with my car accident, I think I went to see um, the people for maybe, I don't know, 2 months, 6 weeks to 2 months. And sometimes people need care past that. And so if you haven't learned or really try to pick up on those exercises, um, while you're in treatment, then sometimes you're going to need care afterwards. So I totally agree that PT is something that you need. Absolutely. But I also think learning those things for yourself to prolong that so you can make sure that all the good work that you did in PT sticks. That's important too.
Makes sense.
She hit on something. Make sure it sticks.
I mean, people go in. I have one client. I love her to pieces. I hope she's not watching this. She gonna kill me. I have to tell you sometimes, ma'am, I'm going to start charging you more because we have to keep going over the same thing because you keep falling and you're not stretching at home like I tell you to. And so
We'll just call her your auntie because your auntie does that too.
see her too. But it's one of those things like you don't want to have to start at zero every time you start your process with working through those things. So that consistency is definitely important as well. So yeah, you want to be consistent.
So
Again, it's all self-care, self
And
self-care.
heavily on the self.
Heavy on
That
the self.
that means take the information from the session and then go home and
And
be
make it
consistent
operational.
in doing the work.
Make it operational. You have to
Got it.
you are the master of this vehicle. You are the person driving this vehicle. You get to decide what kind of car you want to drive. You get to decide where you want to go with it. So it's up to you.
so what would be let's talk joy.
Oh,
What is joy's ratio to body work to movement or vice versa? And in what order does joy implement?
my personal situation.
Hmm.
So, okay. So I have this new favorite thing that I do, and that consists of, first of all, most of my workouts are in a sauna. Most of my workouts are in a sauna room because that infrared helps to rebuild muscle tissue, helps with lymphatic drainage, it helps to detox, and you're sweating a whole lot. So you get through that workout really quickly, because it's hot. And so you're burning more calories, you're burning more fat, all of those kind of things. Anyway, so I like to do my workout in a sauna room. That's number one. The first thing I do when I go in there is I stretch, and then I pick what exercise or whatever it is I want to do, whether that's yoga, Pilates, bar, isometrics, hit workouts. I'll choose that. And then once I'm done with that, I also do like 15 minutes on the bike. So my workout regimen, depending on how much time I have, it can be anywhere from hour and 15 minutes to maybe 2 hours. It just kind of depends, either 3 or 4 different sessions.
Is that per week?
Oh, that's a day.
Ugh.
That's a day. That's when I go to the gym.
Excuse
That's the
me.
goal. I'm stretching first,
Oh,
and then I do my. But again, I have a very physical job.
Right.
So because I have a physical job, I have to maintain my body. It's the way that I take care of myself, because if I didn't maintain this workout, or something similar to this, um, I wouldn't be able to do what I do and not have any injuries, and to still have been doing it as long as I've been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect everybody to work out like that. I mean, honestly, if you can manage to get in 30 minutes a day, that's fine. But for me, I use my hands a lot. So I'm using all body parts when I'm working. So
Yeah.
the thing is, being in the sauna, being in heat, it helps my joints. So I don't have an issue with carpal tunnels. I don't have an issue with I don't know, all the other stuff people have, it tendonitis, those kind of things, because my workout and the heat that I'm in during that workout also helps with all the inflammation and stuff too that would come along with that. So I try to, it takes that long because I try to be strategic and intentional about my workouts. So if I can't do it every day, that's fine. I mean, I might have a week where I only make it to the gym twice that week. For me, that's fine. Um, it was a busy week, but that next week I'm gonna make it up and do what I need to do. But also, I try not to get to a point where my body hurts. So I try to look at preventative methods um, uh, versus being reactional about it.
Okay. Say you have a client that comes in and they are zero active.
Hmm.
What is the first thing you have them do?
Stretch, stretch. Um, I stretch them. I will usually stretch them because, again, like I said, you have to be able to move. But more than the stretching, it's the range of motion, making sure, like, say, for instance, your wrists. You want to make sure that your wrists are able to do that. Everybody can't do that. Some people can't, right? People that have issues with carpal tunnels, they have a lot of pain in their wrists.
Mm-hmm.
They can't move like that. They have swelling and all of that. So it just becomes an issue. But a lot of times when I have people that come in, when they first come to me, I do an assessment. I do a gait assessment, try to see how they're walking, a postural assessment to see how they're standing, because I know what they're telling me that's wrong with them. But when I look at their body and how they're walking or how they're standing, I can see what it is I need to work on, and I can see what's going on with their bodies, because um, I see how their posture is, or I see what their gait is looking like.
Mm.
you mentioned earlier, um, pretty much that your workout is done in the sauna.
Mhm.
And then you talked about how heat, how it is significantly effective
Yes.
to your desired results. Now, I do know that because, again, I've gone through this and Nick understands my own personal journey, have no shame in saying it. I used to weigh 470 pounds.
Hmm.
And when I was 470 pounds, I had 26 diagnosed illnesses that was going on in my body simultaneously,
Yeah.
from lymphedema
Hmm.
to congestive heart failure, the swelling. I literally had drainage from my veins from so much fluid in the body that it had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's what lymphedema is.
Yes. And so the question that I would ask, because I did the same thing. I'm in the gym 2, 3 hours every day in the mornings, 1 in the morning, 2 in the mornings, 3 in the mornings, because my strategy was I worked out the same time that I would be up eating.
Good.
So I was doing, my body was used to being up, but I'm reprogramming it to do something. But I did find, so my question is, I've had a lot of people that would suggest aquatic exercises like lifting weights in the water, being on a treadmill in the water, doing the same thing that you're doing. I've never done it, but I'm just asking you, is there a advantage to aquatic therapy versus the sauna therapy? Are they both, do they have their same placement? Would you not recommend one or the other, but what would one person benefit from one or the other that another person may not?
So first, if someone has heart conditions, so with anything contraindications, right? So if you
Mhm.
have a heart condition, the sauna is not going to be your friend. It's too hot. And whereas it may be good, work on getting your heart rate up, like doing something like the aquatic. Aquatics is good. Being in the pool is a good thing because two things. One, you're getting the resistance from the water. And so lifting weights is good, but being able to move your body through the water, that's a really good idea. Also, with the buoyancy in the water, it will also it'll take all the pressure off your joints because at that point, at that size, the issue literally is your joints because our body, it doesn't matter if you big boned or not. Our bodies just weren't designed to hold that much pressure in places that are holding things together. That's that's just physics, right?
Oh,
So
I'm 263 today though. Let me just
no,
put that
that's no,
disclaimer out.
that's brilliant. And
I've
I like
lost a whole
no,
person,
no, that's
y'all.
no, that's brilliant. And I like that you switched out. Like if I'm gonna be up, I may as well be up doing something productive. So I love that you did it that way. It's fantastic. Um, so yeah, if you have like real medical conditions, definitely make sure that a heat component is a good thing for you, or
Okay.
just water aerobics. And if you can't do that, I think being on a treadmill is a good idea. Running on concrete, bad idea. It's not good for your ankles. It's not good for your knees. It's bad on your joints, especially doing it long term. So if you can find some kind of cushioned way to walk or run, that's a good idea too. But yeah, it just kind of depends on what your needs are. But if you have heart problems, please do not get in a sauna or a hot tub unless your doctor has cleared you to do so. That's my disclaimer. Don't say I told you to do
We are not.
it.
We're not doing this today. You notice I ain't even do it. I'm staying right. I'm staying straight face. I'm not gonna do it.
You know you want to say something.
I'm just saying. Don't
The devil
don't say I
thought he
told
had me.
I don't need no. I don't, listen,
I better run.
no. Don't say I told you to go get in the hot tub or no sauna.
See,
Listen,
blame it on joy.
see what we're gonna remind you of is anytime you decide to start a physical regimen, please consult your physician,
Please,
Your healthcare provider.
please,
your
Please and
healthcare
thank you.
provider,
please.
because
Yes.
the last thing we want is you passing out in the sauna and you know you got congestive heart failure.
And mind you, Nick, with every step of my, because again, you've seen the transformation.
Mm-hmm.
I literally went from taking 13 pills a day to just a multivitamin. The last time I had my physical with my doctor, they just said go to Sam's, get you a men's multivitamin, take one a day. It's work. And Ms. Joy, the one thing that you have stressed today, which helped me, is consistency. That was key. Because there was time that I felt like I stonewalled. And then I started to feel like, okay, I'm not getting the results that I want. Like, why am I still stuck at 310? I've been at 310 for like 5 months and I haven't moved from 310, but I wasn't focusing on the fact that I also didn't gain anything. But then I realized I needed to change some strategies. There were some things that I needed to do. Maybe I needed to change, which I discovered, change some of the times that you're working out. Now your body is feeding off of different things. I had to learn how to heat up my lymphatic system. I didn't know that that was important, putting steam to my lymphatics before I actually went and worked out. Because what I just did was put on a sauna jacket and I'm in there and I'm just doing and letting it heat up on its own. But I started to realize that there was some things that I needed to do. But the thing that actually helped me, thank you, Nick, for saying that, is I was consulting my doctor. But then I got to a point that I had to start consulting a nutritionist.
Yeah.
I had to start talking. So, like, there were other components now that I got to consider that I need to add to what I'm doing to now start getting maximum results. And so, when I broke the 200 mark, I had a 200 party, inviting 200 people to just celebrate losing 200 pounds. And then having to lose that much weight. And as you see, don't have all this flabby skin and stuff hanging everywhere, because that's what most people who lose that much weight end up doing. And I had a lot of, you should go to Sonobello and just do it the old way. And then people, just take a shot, get the Ozempic and do this. I stayed with the regimen because my doctor said these words to me: I can give you a pill, I can give you a shot, but it won't fix what's wrong with you mentally.
Right.
Because your weight is a combination of what's going on with you mentally and what you're putting in your body. And when I started to figure those things out and started to address both of those issues, I began to start getting the results that I desired. So that's, thank you. Thank you for just pointing out those. And I hope someone is taking very detailed notes, because it does literally work on all of that. It works on your mentals, it works on your spiritual, and it works on your physical. All of that helps. And so pointing out that distinction, ma'am, you set the tone, and I appreciate that.
So, two things about what you just said, tying it back to the mental, and your doctor said that. That's what I'm saying about getting outside. God gave us this big, beautiful rock that we live on, and it's full of things to help us heal ourselves. I don't want to get too religious about the situation, but what I will say is there is medicine in every single thing that God gave us. Go outside and hug a tree. Like, you would be surprised.
Sit in the grass.
It feels crazy. Like, you
Mhm.
feel like legit like a crazy person hugging trees. But I promise you, at least if you're laughing at yourself, you're not gonna think you that crazy. You'll feel better. Go walk barefoot in the grass. It's something about the ions in the grass once it hits our feet. It's a conduit, and it helps us to ground. It really does help with your mental stability. But you mentioned something else, and you mentioned your lymphatic system, and that is my new favorite thing to talk about. So let me explain what that is, because I'm sure a lot of people don't know what that is. Um, but it's a new buzzword. So let me explain. Your your lymphatic system is like the sewer system in your body.
Yes.
It is not a vascular system, which means it is not connected to blood flow. The only way that your lymphatic system moves is if you move or if you move it. So when you were talking about lymphedema, it's basically that the lymphatic system or the lymphatic fluid is just in your body and it's not moving. And so it's causing a lot of swelling. That's what edema is. And then, like, sometimes people that are diabetic, they get pitting edema, where like you can like press it and it'll still leave like a divot in their bodies or wherever you're mashing, because it's so much fluid in there, and the fluid
Yes.
doesn't have anywhere to go. So that being said, your lymphatic system is super important that you keep that clear and that you keep it kind of flushed out, because it's like if any other sewer system backs up, that's what happens. Anyway, so yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's my new soapbox.
Listen, I'm sitting here, I'm paying attention, I'm taking notes, I'm posting in the chat. I've been checking for comments. Everybody is agreeing with everything that is being discussed. Nobody has a question, which that just dumbfounds me, because we have a lot of people on here that I talk about these things on a regular basis, and I cannot believe that nobody's asking questions.
Oh my
But
God, ask questions.
Um, but we have her for another 10 minutes. So ask questions. Let's talk about this lymphatic because I think people tend to forget, like you just said, if you don't move, the lymphatic fluid does not move.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of modalities can you do to help move the lymphatic fluid?
So glad you asked. You can do lymphatic drainage massage. So there are a couple of different ones. So let me say this. When people do post-op surgeries, because I also do post-op, I love post-op, and part of the reason is because you can actually see the difference in their bodies after they get the surgery. So say for instance, somebody got like a 360 lipo. Um, when you, I don't deal with drainage tubes, but once they get all the tubes and everything out, there's still a contouring part that happens, and you still want to make sure that the fluid is moving and everything. So lymphatic drainage, post-op lymphatic drainage is one thing, but also just regular lymphatic drainage massage will help relieve a lot of issues. It can help with inflammation. Definitely, it can help with pain in certain areas because a lot of times when there's swelling involved, there's also pain. The pain
Yeah.
comes because there's so much stuff there that the joints aren't able to move the way that they should. So it causes pain. Um, I don't sell any products, but I'll tell you that one of the best things to get is a dry brush. You can find them on Amazon. Get you a dry brush, natural bristle brush, and brush your skin. Again, go to YouTube and look it up on how to do dry brushing. You want it's called dry brushing because you're going to do it on dry skin. But dry brushing with a natural bristle brush, and that will help to move the lymphatic system. That's one way to do it. Oh, and also here's a bonus for that. Whenever you use the brush, it makes your skin super soft. So you can you can use the dry brush, or you can do lymphatic drainage massage, or you can go outside and move. So that's three different ways for you to get your lymphatic system um, active.
So we had a question about grounding mats from Nicole. What is your
Those are fantastic if they work.
Yes, they are.
She said if they
Or
work.
you can go outside and lay in the grass because that's free. But get you a grounded mat. Yeah, get you. You can grounded mats are good. There are also shoes. There are also different crystals. It's a lot of different things you can do to ground, but definitely the free options are hugging a tree or go walking in the grass.
So wait, so let's talk about this
Mhm.
grounding. What is the point of grounding?
You know how you feel. Kind of like
Synergy.
what I just did. I just took a breath.
Hmm.
I just
Synergy.
took a breath to kind of gather myself and to make sure that I'm clear. When you aren't grounded, everything kind of feels like it's in a whirlwind and everything is moving too fast. When you're not grounded, you're a lot more irritable. Your thinking capacity is not the same. If you have depression, you're worried about things that have happened in the past, and if you have anxiety, you're worried about things that probably will never happen in the future. That's the difference between depression and anxiety for people that didn't know. That's the short answer. Um, that being said, grounding helps you to gain presence in where you are right at the moment. You're not focused on anything in front of you or behind you. You're focused on what is actually happening right now. You're able to process better. You can hear things more clearly, and you're more centered, and you
Yes.
don't feel like everything is going 95 miles an hour. So that's the basics on grounding.
Okay, now
Wow.
go ahead, Patrick.
No, I was just saying, wow. I don't know if anybody ever seen the animation movie Inside Out.
Love that movie.
So
If you go, ain't it the bomb though? If you look at Inside Out 2, when she mentioned anxiety,
good. Mhm.
remember the scene when she was playing, when she was on the ice and she's playing hockey and she's at war with herself,
Mhm.
trying to score, battling. Remember at first, anxiety was moving 1,000 miles an hour, just all over the place. But then once anxiety got her going, anxiety stood still because now she's in a tizzy.
Mhm.
And joy is now having to come in and saying, anxiety, you won't determine what type of person that she is.
The
Let
outcome.
her, let her go. And so when you take these like clues from where you feel it, just think about this. If you're feeling it in your chest, that's fear. If you are feeling it in your gut, that's your intuition. If you feel it in your head, that's anger. If you're feeling it in your mouth, that's disgust. If you're feeling it in your body, in your muscles, that is anxiety. If you feel it in your face, that is shame. And if you're feeling it in your throat, that is sadness. Your body is telling you what you're feeling. That's why when she was starting about distinction, that's why I grabbed that because we have to know how to distinguish between what we're feeling and where it's coming from
Mhm.
so that we will properly know how to address it. And just taking away from tonight's conversation, this is so on point, so spot on, because there were some answers that I was personally looking for as it related to my next, as it relates to my wellness. Because of course I'm getting back in counseling and doing the necessary things to just add to the wellness component of my life. But some things that she said tonight really caused me to put some certain things in perspective as to where I need to place them in order to get maximum results.
Can I?
So I took away distinction from tonight.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut your wisdom.
No, you're okay. You're
My
okay.
apologies. Like I got so excited because you said something else. I have a whole like little thing here in notes. What I wanted to say, and I'm glad you mentioned it. Uh, yeah, all of your emotions are trapped in your body. And there is a line of thought that says that every physical ailment that you encounter has an emotional component to it.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so the best way I can give you an example is, you know how like when you get anxious and you get nervous, you get an upset stomach or you got to go to the bathroom. That's the best example I can give you. It's an emotional reaction that you're having a physical reaction to something that is absolutely emotional. So, um, and there is a line of massage work that deals with that, and it's called somatic therapy. And that's something that's another buzzword that's in the zeitgeist right now is somatic therapy. Somatic therapy basically is addressing the emotions that are trapped in your body. Not to go too dark, but I just want to say also that a lot of times people that have been a victim of SA, um, doing inner thigh work might be a really bad idea for those people, just because you don't know what could trigger them. So, like I said, your emotions are stored in your body. So, movement, going back to the original topic, movement is something that helps you be able to release the tension that's in your body. Sometimes getting up to dance, you don't even have to do anything formal. You don't have to get up and take a dance class, but stretching is a form of movement. Twerking is a form of movement.
Don't
Um,
do it.
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because as women, you do. Because as women, we store all of our emotions are stored in our womb. And this is a whole other conversation. But I'm gonna just say this. Our hips,
Wow.
in our hips, we can release a lot of energy through just gyrating our hips. You can do it in the bathroom by yourself with no clothes on or with clothes on. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you're able to move and get those things out of your body. Sometimes I had a meditation one night, and what came back to me was, just get up and move. And I spent the next 30 minutes to an hour in my bedroom just moving, no music. I probably sound like a crazy person now.
No,
No,
'cause I do.
no music on, but it was just, I know what needed to get out of my body. And I knew the areas, like I work with my hands. So it was a lot of movement of my arms, because when I'm working on people, I'm touching them, and that's a direct energy transfer
True.
between them and me.
True.
So I definitely have to make sure that all the movement that I'm doing, like I said, is intentional, because all these things are trapped in the body. And so I can go home sometimes not in the best mood, because I've absorbed other people's energy. And so now I have to ground myself so that I'm not spinning out and, in a bad mood with the people around me, but then also do something to transmute that energy and to get it out as well. So it's a whole thing, right? So when you're around people a lot, um, it is a good idea to step away and to get some grounding. But also, when you know that you're stressed, go for a walk. That movement and that fresh air will help you to think more clearly, but also to help you to connect with whoever your higher power is, and also get you to reconnect to your body as well. Like I said, everything is all the emotions are stored in your body, so you want to make sure you're getting those out. And just so y'all won't think I'm super crazy, there's a book that talks about this too. It's called "The Body Keeps the Score." I don't know the author. I know it's on audio. I know it's on Audible, and I know it's on Amazon. But it's a really good book for you to use as a reference, um, and it covers all of this. So yeah, just the movement and body work aspect. People, helping you to stretch or move, that kind of movement. Also with body work, stretching, Reiki. I mentioned a couple of minutes ago about energy work. Reiki is a form of energy work that helps you just to move energy in the body, helps you move uh, stagnant energy. And massage. So, as far as the movement is concerned, like I said, dance, and then also yoga is a good way to move also with purpose. Getting you some good stretching,
I love
but also
yoga.
the mental aspect of it too. So you have a whole lot of modalities. I mentioned a whole lot of modalities, but you can reference all these things, look them up, and see what works best for you. Because everything isn't good for everybody, like we mentioned with the hot therapy and with the hydrotherapy. Um, so yeah, it's kind of up to you how you decide you want to handle your health care, or your wellness and your self care. But it's a ton of things to do, and it benefits us in so many different ways.
Okay, Pat, parting words.
I'll leave you with a two-word prophecy. Get started.
Let's get it.
LaJoy.
Yeah, we sometimes we want to go from beginning to success, but to even get there, the first thing you got to do is get started. So tomorrow, she just said, if you can't do it every day, take 30 minutes, walk. Believe it or not, when I was at my most critical, I had a prescription. And somebody's gonna think this is crazy to walk 30 minutes a day. A prescription. So that means if you're at your job, well, don't care. If they have to follow the doctor's order, he got to go walk somewhere for 30 minutes
Mhm.
Yeah.
and come back and do what he needs to do. So I would just leave you with those parting words. Get started. Great information, but get started.
LaJoy.
Um, Love yourself enough to make yourself a priority.
Mm.
That's it. That's all I got.
Ooh.
You know what? I don't like you because that's exactly what I was going to say. Um, I pray that I'm writing notes, y'all. So just bear with me. Love yourself enough.
To make yourself a priority. You only have you. And if you're not gonna take care of you, who else gonna do
That part. Um, my prayer is that tonight's episode resonated with someone. Like, comment, share. This is immediately available after we end the podcast. You can find us on YouTube or Facebook if you want to share in those venues.
But my prayer is that someone takes heed today, um, and understand that there are multiple layers to self-care. Um, you take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally.
Yes.
Um, and so the fact that movement and body work can contribute to a healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit, healthy physical. Um, Joy, thank you for imparting those wonderful tidbits tonight. But my prayer is that somebody just really takes
I feel
heed.
left out with the high fives.
Well, you got to get here.
I'm sorry.
You got to
I'm
get
gonna pull up
here.
my workout thing so y'all don't think I'm playing. I'm
Uh,
trying.
but just take the time to invest in you. You cannot
Absolutely.
continue to pour from an empty cup. You have to take time for you. And just speaking from personal experience, like, and LaJoy will tell you that people look at me crazy all the time because I'm always like, can't do that. I gotta take care of myself. Can't do that. I need some time off. I have gotten very good at scheduling some time for myself.
No is
Um,
a complete sentence.
Terrence said, "Nothing happens until something moves." Ooh.
Ooh, good one, T. Yes, sir.
Some don't change till you get off your. Hey, that
Yep.
was a K Dot song. So that
Yes.
was today. That was my 2 workouts for
I wish I
today.
could see her workout schedule. She got it logged. But anyway,
Not the
um,
other day. That was 3.
we will see you guys back next week. Uh, Same time, same channel. Continuing this wellness October.
I look forward.
Um, and then just we have some interesting guests coming. So I'm just gonna let y'all be surprised. I'm not telling y'all week to week who coming next. So just when you get the teaser, just come. Um, and bring somebody with you. And if you can't make 8 o'clock, share. YouTube and Facebook, you can share. And what I will tell you is we're going to change the way we connect with you all. Um, so when we tell you to go and sign up somewhere, that will be the way you get your notifications going forward. So that will probably hit next week or the week after. But I told y'all different, we were doing different for the rest of this year. So thank you, Patrick, for bringing some good ideas and holding my feet to the fire and holding me accountable. Thank you, Joy, for being here tonight. And thank you, Taylor, for making sure we all get where we need to get and that I can see because I can't see with all these lights and just making sure everything works. So we'll see you guys next week at 8 p.m. Peace. Pat Hoback.
Man, that's some good information.